G'day, Andy from Swell Building Inspections here. I don't know what I was about to say then. Today we are talking about poor site drainage and how it can affect the foundations of structures. So, this is from an inspection that we did this week. Let's take a look. Check out the angle of this upright that's underneath this floor of a steel framed shed. So this is a shed, and you can see the large angles that these are on. That's something else, but look, check out this one. So this one's the main one that had a huge angle on it, and look at this. We could see that there was water runoff coming through this subfloor area of this shed, and has obviously caused some issues with these piers and the stumps. The whole shed has moved at some point, causing these uprights to be on massive angles, going downhill. Look at this one. So surprisingly enough, it was fairly structurally sound, but obviously with the stumps for this steel frame being on such a large angle like that due to the poor drainage in this area, we've had to call this a major defect because the foundations for this shed need to be redone. And you may be able to come up with a solution that doesn't involve taking apart any of the shed and putting some new stumps, steel stumps underneath, retrofitting something that's going to suit the structure. But that sort of thing is going to need some sort of engineer to look over it, possibly. Particularly if you're looking at wanting it to be insured in any way. Insurance is the big thing when it comes to getting this sort of stuff fixed, and why you would want to have an engineer involved. Some people are like, oh, why would you get an engineer involved? Well, so they can sign it off, and so your insurer is going to cover your shed or your building or whatever it is that you're getting fixed. So this wasn't the only building on this property that had been affected by this poor drainage. There was a retaining wall with no drainage that was failing, and the house also had a very similar issue with foundations dropping due to poor drainage issues. This person knows that there were a lot of major defects on this property because they got a pre-purchase building inspection. Do yourself a favor. It will cost you hundreds, but it will save you thousands. Get a building inspection today. See you next time.